because I couldn't get up and run out and then run back, because I just thought you'd all be wondering, what is she doing? We have some flowers for our featured readers tonight. Pretty great, huh? Okay, we're going to get into our second half, and I want to open with a poem that I wrote quite a few years ago now, probably about 10 years ago. And I was thinking about how you fit into your name as you're growing up. You have a name and you are fitting into it, and you are becoming sort of the epitome of that name. And my name changed, so that's what this poem is about. My legal name is Antoinette. So, that's a mouthful. So this is called Alignment. I wore a white dress, patent leather shoes, and socks with lace at my ankles on the day I became Toni. I was Antoinette until that day when first grade required that we learn to spell our classmates' names. Antoinette, does the O come before the I? And are there really two T's at the end? Until that day, I owned 10 letters. 7 more than Sue, 5 more than Linda, even 3 more than Mrs. Lynn, including the Mrs. Now I am a common 4, but no easier to spell, and always denying it's a boy's name. Where is elegant Antoinette and her royal songs? She's wrestling with Toni Macaroni, like a collision of Vivaldi with the Jetsons. A product of those times, like the console radio to the transistor, or the ponytail to the pixie. I've relinquished first place in the alphabet for place number 20, 6th from the end, and double digit strong. 2 syllables with 2 vowels and 2 consonants. Not the exotic combination of letters easily mispronounced. Antoinette, gilded edges framed with grace. Toni, balanced and sturdy. She works to align these two, and the process shapes the woman she will become. Thank you. We're going to hear from Mr. Bob Sunshine. Bob?
Thank you. Organ grinder, amateur. Peter principal, prefer. Hystericals, second wind. Backstabber behind, thin-skinned. Absolute zero between. Everything flushed down latrine. Into pockets stuffed cold feet. Underwater window seat. Floating face down well-wisher. Flipped through Bible, Monsignor. Wrapped in cloth, mouthpiece repair. Yellow highlighted, Lord's Prayer. Detours delay, dragged, then dropped. Monogram on shirt, flip-flopped. Eventual heart's ordeal, snapshot confirmed, curb appeal. Understanding, unnerving, unstable, marbles floating. Centerpiece, untimely urn. Favorite, hobby return. Outnumbered, once occupied, backed into corner, hillside. Another victim, me first, astrological starburst. Only one fell from the wall. Men and horses overhaul. King upset, Queen Humpty licked. Hair found in Eggs Benedict. Backdrop, well-known hell's facade. Doubters question, cattle prod. Reacquainted with boner. Episode enthralled poser. Disassembled dildo done. Until phone rang, road shotgun. Return too late, utter shame. Oneness blamed, baptismal name. A couple more. Limitations limitless. Daily dynamics, duress. Deep breath wasn't whimsical. Forgiveness invisible. Picture this, bawd little lamb, placed on stone by Abraham. Landscape littered, signs gutted, beware of God, cold-blooded. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob. We're going to hear from Morgan Hutchinson. Morgan!
Man, I am happy to be back. I have not been to Ghost Town in 2 or 3 months, and I could not miss this. You guys did amazing. Thank you. It's been an awesome night. Mike G, oh my gosh, I do not want to follow you ever. Ever. So I wrote a poem last night. My boyfriend Gareth does not write poetry, but he did give me a very nice prompt to go off of. The prompt is also the title. It's called Traditions Torpedoed by Cultural Conflict. That's what he gave me, by the way. That's why I love him. Actually, yes, thank you. I'll tell him that. Okay. Yawning muses shine the sorrow. Lend a hand, then carry water. Shallow molds make for shallow inners. Change the scope, then marry the heater. Hardy shields reflect poor soldiers. Toast to love, then follow the message. Tender burrows sense swift madness. Learn to listen, then forget the challenge. Lost motions in the distance, travel by train, then sustain the wander. Tossed notes sanction sacred warrants. Make a statement, then relax the shower. Lunar stills lay frozen forever. Flood the vision, then ignite the motive. Dreams deliver deeper levels. Stay the rhythm, then witness the symptoms. Warming huts cause dense chaos. Drown the judgment, then change direction. Charming courses favor independence. Reclaim what's yours, then distance the cynics. The number 3 attracts well-being. Take the picture and invite the touching. Open roads charge gentle fury. Mind the nature, then learn the growing. Mind the nature, then learn the growing. Mind the nature, then learn the growing. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Next, we're going to hear from Rob Gorley. Rob?
Good to see Rob back.
Yes.
Maybe I should just... that'll work. This is my poem. I wanted to make a record of the different counties I've lived in Washington. I think beginning about 1969. And so the first line, doing that equaled 2 lines somehow, 3 words and then 4 words. And so then I decided I'll go into something different, but I'll start with 3 words, go to 4, go to 5, go to 6, etc. Until I need to have some more nouns kind of as a refrain. So I was really trying to make an oral poem, and I tried it out at Toni's First Mondays, and reception was pretty good. And then I tried to take pictures of it with several different backgrounds, and I could never get it where it was where you could read the poem in the picture, And sometimes the background, I couldn't fit it all in the picture. It's taken all summer. And I think Walt Childress has agreed to publish this, but he's having trouble. He can read the picture, but he can't make it readable on the website. So it probably had the picture and the text below or something so you could read it. And so the other background didn't work, was like a toolbox or something that my stepson found buried in the marsh in Aberdeen and unearthed it, and I cleaned it up, but that didn't work. And my other stepson had found this in Klickitat years ago and used it as a sled, actually, until he got a better sled that winter.
Wow.
And it got all loose and everything, and the wood had various colors to it. The woods aren't all the same. So it was in the process of staining this. I was just going to hang it on the wall like it is. It's a washboard, in case no one's figured that out. Found object. And then I got the idea of, hey, I bet that poem would fit on that thing. It's called Catch and Release. King, Thurston, Kittitas, Klickitat, Clark, Gray's Harbor. Scorpion upside down, front room ceiling corner, drops willingly into mason jar. Stinger remains arched forward above abdomen. She appears soft, as if recently molted, upon release outside, under pines. Lombard, Burnside, Stark, Belmont, Hawthorne, Division, Powell. Back at cabin after 4 days away, a cricket makes a chirp or 2 in the second room. Easier to catch on a down comforter than hidden in some difficult to find recess. This one steps right inside the trusty jar offered as taxi to release off porch into the darkening dusk. Chicago, Portland, Tokyo. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Next, we're going to hear from Herb Stokes. Hello, Herb. looks like it's going to fall off of this.
It's not going to fall off.
It's not? It's all
Just loose on the bottom, yep.
Oh,
They'll stand. I might fall off though.
don't fall off.
While listening to the Bible being preached, I never heard God ask for money. And I never heard a present-day TV preacher not ask for money. As usual, something is askew betwixt the Word of God and the preaching as practiced by TV evangelists. So do as the Bible says and let the evangelists get their own damn money. I have a feeling they're going to have a problem explaining what they did with it when God sees them in expensive clothes, driving big new cars, and living in luxury. Amen. Now I'm having a problem remembering where I read what. I used to be much better at it, but I noticed as I get older, I keep on forgetting what I'm supposed to remember. So if you heard this before, raise your hand and then get the hell out. Or if you want to do the decent thing, just shut up and sit there. This is called a free-for-all. This country is being given away. First to the very mega-rich, and then the many foreign poor. Each one knows a dirty secret. The rich don't have to pay their taxes. The poor find free behind the door. So the rich won't pay and the poor cannot. Politicians meet to find a way to avoid revealing our bankrupt core. The word went out. They need some fools to reach down deep and pay the man. But who is there that would pay more? They found a group that pays their tax, who can't say no despite the fraud. So the middle class pays, just as before, and before, and before. Thank you. And this is a chorus of one. I have a book by this name. And this is going to be on the front page of the book.
When is it coming out?
God only knows. I'm hoping September of this year.
That's today.
Well, maybe it's my car. I have to look. People do things behind my back all the time. They don't tell me what they're doing. Anyway, a chorus of one. The stairs are getting steeper and the lights have lost some glow. Things I could remember I no longer know. Names, addresses, and birthdays now are mysteries, as are facts and figures and names of favorite trees. What I had for breakfast has slid into the past. Oh, yes, we are a-going. And we're going pretty fast. But we still are not able to fix the rightful blame. And sorry, my old buddy, but what the hell's your name? Wait, I think I know it. Don't you tell me yet. Now, what were you saying? Oh, did you just forget? So now you're waiting for me to finish out your thought? Nah, I won't interrupt you. This is the time you bought, paid for with quiet patience and manners born of class, as elegant as truth under polished glass. Sing me another chorus, make it loud and long. a chorus of just one only. Sing me a simple song.
Thank you, Herb. Can't wait to see your book.
Me neither.
Yeah. Our next reader is Jim Martin. Jim, come on up. You ready? Yep. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jim. Jimmy? Happy birthday to you.
Wow, thank you guys. Now you're the
I
next
have
stage.
never had that many people say happy birthday on one of my birthdays.
Well, you deserve more. Should we go get more to come in? We could do it. Where's the cake?
We could have a party. Yeah. 78. I can't forget, I can't remember what I was going to do tonight when I got up here. I have kind of an unfortunate poem to read. One of my aunts had a stroke and had a change of personality. And it's a poem I'm using to start some more work on the brain. I'm really interested in the brain, and I like to write about it. And so this is going to open the door to some writing on that. Watching you disappear. You were here yesterday, eyes flashing, words whistling here and there. Dear, exciting aunt. Past tense now. Today, eyes confused, distressed, slowly recognize a nephew, your first. Words trying, fumble from you, Toni. Slowly slur a sound, almost interpretable. Falling words lose their voice on the way to the floor. Wrecked cells in a brilliant brain, like your brilliance, cease to exist. You, no longer you, have left this place. Or might you remain in the mind, brain of others you engage? Thank you.
And many more, Jim. Our next reader is Diane Kammer. Diane.
Hi. So I participated in the August Poetry Postcard Challenge once again, about year 5 for me, I think. I did skip last year, and I wrote 40 poems. And the previous year, I wrote 3. So just to let you know, it really does kind of spur you on kind of thing. And so I brought 3 of them, and they do seem to grow and edit, because they do need to be very short for the postcards. But here we go. The family farm. I hear their laughter in the other room, rushing to finish a card game. Cousins whose ages range 10 to 19. Awkward silence earlier built on a year of birthday cards with simple signatures. But here, on the farm, TV is silence and Wi-Fi is dead. And you can hear the quiet echoed in the coyotes' howl. Here, there is laughter, soccer on a lawn big enough for 2 games, fire pit, barbecue, mosquitoes. Here, in this place up north, where relatives relearn how to become friends. Okay, this one's called Not the End. Bachelor trapper laid to rest. Small gathering, few relatives. But one found a coffee can full of beaver's teeth. Walked the woods that day and the next, searching for the dam. Discovered deer tracks, raspberries ripe, a sense of peace. Remembers it now, months later, walks the woods, rediscovering again and again. Okay, this one's actually about the postcard challenge. So it's called Challenge, and I wrote it kind of early on. Who knew my soul was brimming with poetry, and that a single cube of sweetness in the shape of a word could cause unwritten lines to spill over the top, down the sides, and drizzle sunshine all over this paper.
Nice.
Diane, I think you left your you left your notebook up here. Thank you so much. And you have about a year to prepare for the next postcard poetry event, so you have a year to ask Diane everything you need to know about it. And next we're going to hear from Lynetta Johnston Meeker. Come on up, Lynetta.
I'm the shortest one. My mother was the shortest one in her family. My dad was the shortest one in his family, and they distilled it all into me. I'm the shortest one in my whole family, including all my cousins. Has nothing to do with the poem, but irks me. Back to the real deal here. This poem is called A Premature Fall, and there's a play on the word fall here. Those of you who know me know all my poems pretty much are about my love life, or lack of, or some stage of. And this one is no different. It was written when I was much younger and was going through a very strange marriage. I'm going to take just a minute to tell all you people, no, really, I was married for 35 years, separated for 22. My divorce was final August 30th, 2008. I got my life back. But in the meantime, I had a lot of strange experiences, and this is about one of them, about a young man from Turkey who wandered through my life, and so I fell, a premature fall. I found a new seed in my garden this year. It fell there from the fur of some passing animal, I guess, or maybe the wind brought it. Summer was already warm upon us when it arrived, so I didn't plant it at first. I didn't expect it to grow, and I had grown tired of planting. But the outer shell began to swell and crack anyway in the warm, moist loam. I covered it with a handful of the rich dirt, touched by the power of its need to live and grow. It actually began to sprout, a pale green shoot, reaching toward the soft sunlight filtering through the leafy trees. I imagined its thin, white, hair-like roots delicately moving little particles of soil aside, day by day, searching gently but relentlessly for the earth's brown nipple, sucking up the sparse moisture from the morning dew, feeding itself from the heedless ground. with a mixture of grudging respect and something I wanted to call pity, I began to realize that I wanted that seed to grow. I wanted to know what it was, to see it blossom, to taste its fruit. I began to water it when I found time. And so the season progressed. Day by day, the sprout grew, greener, larger, stronger. My expectations grew with it. I wondered what rare specimen it was. When the first little weeds grew up around its sturdy stems, I didn't worry. Nothing could disturb that life force. So the weeds and the plant grew together, and I was unconcerned. It wasn't until the summer sun began falling in the sky earlier and earlier each day that I realized the harvest time had passed. The other life in the garden had blossomed and ripened and let its fruit drop where it would. But the favorite still clung to the undeveloped buds buttoned to its drying stalks. I knelt then and pushed aside the weeds, now feathered with a future crop, and touched the roots, wherever I could find them, of the volunteer. They were dry. The cracked dirt was crusted around them. Salt burned my sun-dried lips as I caressed the hardened earth and the brittle stalks, broken under the mock fruit. There was no sign of life beside those white-green rocks, but I couldn't pull the plant. I pulled the weeds instead, jerking them out, breaking them into pieces before dropping them on the death heap. Nothing has changed since then. It is now the winter season. I still sit most evenings in the gray light and study those hard green nuggets, thinking of the life trapped there. I still water the little upstart. It's a habit that brings me a subtle comfort. But the days are short now. By the time the night sky lifts the moon to her place once more, the fresh tears have dried on my lips. There is nothing in the garden but the cold air and the dry ground. The tough, brown little seed lies hidden now, somewhere in the frozen, gray emptiness of my heart. For those of you who like happy endings, I will share with you that thanks to the miracle of Facebook, I have reconnected with this young man who is very happily married to a lovely Hungarian woman. They have a young daughter. He's still, thank God, playing his music. He's a virtuoso guitarist. Doing his computer programming and yoga for relaxation and so forth, and we do get to communicate. So there is life after marriage and divorce. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynetta. And now please say hello once again to Dennis McBride. Where is he? He's out there. There he is.
bride says to me or you do that.
That's true.
That's what I would do.
Rain.
Read that for me, yeah.
Okay.
Makes you feel good.
Okay.
Rain, rain, softly falling rain, strong rain, friendly rain, serious rain, sideways rain, September rain, October rain. November rain, sentimental rain, bright yellow raincoat rain, falling red leaves rain, trolls under the bridge rain, wet slushy earth rain, lazy rain, busy rain, call in sick rain, stay in bed rain, don't go outside rain, let go rain, do nothing rain, there is no hurry rain, have a shot of apricot brandy in the morning, coffee rain, hold your sleeping cat rain, read a book rain, watch Perry Mason rain, think of others working rain, laugh rain, sing rain, make hot soup lunch rain, smoke tobacco rain, laugh at death rain, be glad you're not stuck in an elevator with T.S. Eliot rain. Tell true lies rain, tell the truth rain, tell why you want to shoot the mayor rain, enjoy your mental illness rain, invite someone soft over rain, whisper together rain, look into each other's eyes rain, I remove your blouse rain, you take off my shirt rain, I kiss your near lips rain, you put my hands on your breasts rain, I lower your dress rain, you unzip my pants rain, we lie down rain, release rain, lovely rain. Thanks, Dennis.
This is from my Making America Great Again series.
I'll vote for you, Dennis.
This is an editorial comment on current events. I was against the whole who can marry who controversy. Besides, isn't every heterosexual couple having the same sex as the next heterosexual couple? So if they outlaw same-sex marriage, wouldn't they be outlawing all marriages? And besides, if homosexuals are having different sex, not the same sex as heterosexual couples, why should they be labeled same-sex marriages? They should get their facts straight about being gay before they go making laws. And anyway, I know two bipolar people that were married and they weren't even having the same sex with each other. And really, who does? Also, take the Pope. He's childless and celibate, and so am I. So aren't we having the same non-sex? Or maybe we're better off, because sex and love can ruin you as quick as look at you. I know, because Mrs. Weiner, the wife of that philandering New York politician, fell in love and had sex. And look what happened to her. She'd have been much better off if she'd just said to his marriage proposal, thanks anyway, but I'd rather have a cheeseburger. It was the same with Andrea Yates, the woman who drowned her 5 children. Her husband never had her welfare at heart, not even within sight, and then there's what a jury of her peers did to her. Besides, they were not peers. Not one person on that jury had drowned their children. No, you're better off keeping the distance between yourself and others, which should be obvious. Even a quick glance at Homo sapiens screams caution. While we're near that subject, I should say I sent in my resume to the Vatican after the last Pope retired to apply for a job, figuring they might appreciate the opportunity to hire from outside. I explained to the Vatican how I could revitalize their church with my extensive knowledge of pornography, with its unambiguous expression of the sacred life force. Could breathe new life into their church doctrines, which are so weighted down with all that confusing gravity of the spiritual cloud and sky stuff that no one really understands anyway. Anyway, they didn't have the decency to respond to me. I guess because I was only at an unemployment store, not death store. But that's the thing about them. They're really more into death than life, and it should not pass unnoticed of whatever else God is. She or he is also a serial killer, which is another reason I said to begin with I was against the whole marriage debate thing. Who really cares when you're trying to evade a serial killer God? Let's close with a couple short, Making America Great Again.
called television. I can't recall which came first. The public channel, the knowledge of the worm, that it has intestines, kidneys, that it bears young, pushes them out into a slow mortality, debate of history. Perhaps it was that larger procession on Channel 6, the July people parading up the swollen street, the fat man in starch uniform, wedded to loving a flag, blind as the country. The slow sadness fills us all. We walk, we crawl. Two short poems to end, called Party Directions. As the people you are sitting with begin to talk, do not become alarmed. Remain seated. Allow yourself to listen. If you hear relevant, obsolete, bilateral, or deficit, start to breathe slowly from your abdomen. If they mention revenue, percentages, mainstream, or context, begin to number your breaths from 1 to 10, and then begin again. If they come to cognizant, negotiate, time frame, or priority, rise slowly as though you need to stretch. Glance casually at your watch, ask if you may use the phone, and find the other people saying autumn, tree, river, wind. And with enough. Lying in a summer's field, beneath a silent blue sky, cloudless, absolutely still. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do but wait for the night's free stars. Even my breathing is done for me. Why do we ever kill anyone? Thank you.